All right, so we're still hanging out here in the small intestine. We've seen these hormones that have acted out in this area, and we know that secretin helps release some enzymes. Well, here are now our intestinal just one L there, one I there, sorry about that, enzymes. Okay, and so we'll see various enzymes coming into play here. These intestinal enzymes include amylase, lipase, and protease. And so we've seen this already. We know that amyl refers to starch. We know that lipe refers to lipids. And pro relates to protein. Okay, so very simply, we see these intestinal enzymes going to digest our starches, our lipids, and our protein. And this is where most enzymatic digestion takes place. So yes, there's some starch. Remember we said there was some in the mouth, none in the stomach. Here we saw some in the mouth and the stomach. And with protein, because of pepsin and hydrochloric acid, we saw some in the stomach. But again, this is where most of the digestion takes place. Not all, but most. And so what we'll start to do now is we'll break down with, for example, amylase, that larger starch portion. With the lipases, we'll start to break up the lipids. But don't forget what we talked about in the last little section. We've got lipids also need bile to help in that emulsification. And so if we think about what happens here, let's step away for a second. What happens with these lipids and the bile? What we're seeing is if we have, imagine your fat. So you ate a big slice of cheese, and there's my rendition of cheese. All right, got a little Swiss cheese. And that has a lot of fat in it. No matter how much you chew that up, that's going to break down into that aqueous environment, kind of into a big glob. And now all of a sudden you want lipase to try to come act on that, and that's this little enzyme, and it wants to act on your fat. Well, a big ball of fat is not very digestible. So what happens is bile comes in. Bile to the rescue. It's going to emulsify the fat into smaller droplets that lipase can now act on and digest. And so that's how we'll start breaking down these lipids. We'll also see some complexities coming up next in the breakdown of proteins.